Welcome to level 62. I'm Will,
I'm Jack.
and this is our first Transport Fever 2 series, and it's kind of a multiplayer co-op versus concept that we've come up with.
Cold War.
Yeah, kind of, what we've done is we've built a map. It's got two halves to it, and I control one half. I'm playing as France.
I like that we're playing as two countries, and it is in no way geographically accurate.
No, that is a disclaimer. The map represents nothing. The only reason we chose England and France was because we could have a face-off at Dover and Calais, or Folkestone.
Well, Folkestone, yeah, because it's a train.
Yeah. So, so I'm playing as France. This is me in the first video here, and the way that it's gonna work is that I play for 30 minutes. Then I upload the save file to the Steam Workshop, and then Jack takes over, plays for 30 minutes, and we just swap back and forth. And sort of the aim of the game is to have, suppose, the most effective transport system. And
was going to measure it by population at the end of each turn, basically.
Measure it by sort of the percentage increase of population, since they didn't start quite exactly the same. So as you can see, I straight away started my 30 minutes great by putting down a cargo station instead of a passenger station.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
So this is definitely I've not seen anything like this, on Transport Fever 2.
Yeah, there used to be was it like SimCity that you used to be able to play multiplayer on, or something like that? That's the only thing I can relate it to.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're just going to see how this works. I personally thought that 30 minutes was too long. I thought we'd get through the game too quickly, but after doing this, I can confirm that 30 minutes in Transport Fever is not a lot of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember having played it a lot before and playing like 5 hours of it and thinking I've done nothing. So half an hour is gonna feel like it's gonna whiz by and nothing's gonna have happened.
Yeah, so we do have quite a few rules to establish our regions. So obviously the first rule is that I cannot build in Jack's region in England.
Yeah.
I can only build on my side of the river or the channel. And then obviously vice versa, Jack can only build on his side.
Yeah.
We're also deciding to limit the number of crossings, just to one road crossing, one rail crossing, one ship crossing if we ever do that. And all crossings that are constructed do have to be consulted upon, discussed and agreed, as well as alterations and future changes. So
we have to have a summit for that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll fly in our private jets and meet up and discuss the bridge incident that led to the nuking of our map.
Yes.
But and also the map has been designed in a way where the industries I've made it so that not like so I think it's goods only are only on the English side. I only have machines. England has no oil. I have all the oil, but they have all the wood. So we have to trade.
It forces it.
We have to at some point start trading. So again, that'll be something that we have to agree upon. We have to agree whether we send trains into certain industries or whether someone wants to build a massive trading hub or something like that. There are also things that can be traded. So obviously the in-game commodities can be traded. But also because we're playing as two different regions, we're going to try and keep any mods that we download country specific. So
Yes.
Jack will be downloading the English stuff. I'll be trying to download as many French vehicles.
I feel like you could. I mean, European, really. But
yeah. And then we're going to be able to trade those vehicles as well. So let's say Jack wants to use my iron, and I'll say, right, I want. I know there's a Pendolino mod now, so I might say I want 2 Pendolinos for and then you can have access to my iron. So things like that. Also, if it does come to it, it is included in the rules. Real life money can be used to exchange.
That's my favorite part of the rules.
I'm not gonna say that it can't happen because it could come to it when you're really wanting a TGV duplex. Send me a fiver.
I'm just glad that we can share the Eurostar.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be a transnational project.
Yeah.
And I think as well, you know, me and Jack, we've played, you know, a fair bit of both Transport Fever 1 and 2.
Yes.
And you're going to see 2 very different styles of play. We've played on the same save game before, working together, and this is the first time that we've ever played, you know, 2 halves. Like I have
we're like independent of each other.
Yeah. And yeah, I probably have a bit more attention to detail than Jack. You won't see me building, you know, massively long tunnels or bridges because tunnels. You know, this is a game where you get to watch, you know, your transport network, and I just feel like tunnels kind of defeat the point of that because you don't get to see anything. And for large bridges, I don't know. I just don't feel like they're always necessary. I know the game, like there in the shot, trying to build a massive bridge. I will just, me personally, I'll just take it back halfway and try to keep it looking a bit more flat. So we're not playing with Bunny because we can't really, because we're 2 different countries. You know, there's no real way to play with the in-game finance system.
We can't differentiate.
No, and you know, so we've kind of just there's kind of just like a rule which is just to not do anything too ridiculous. You know, don't have a route with, you know, 10 TGVs on it that's losing 100 million a month because it's just excessive. And so nothing too ridiculous.
Even without money, we're gonna try and keep it realistic as like in terms of how many trains, where the trains go, and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And then also how the game is actually played. So as I said earlier, it's going to be played in rounds. So 1 round equates to me playing for 30 minutes, sending the game to Jack playing for 30 minutes. That is 1 round.
Yeah, and this video is just your round, isn't it?
Yes, this is like
your go. This is
my turn of round 1. So we don't know how many rounds they're going to be. We don't know at what point the save is going to finish. We don't know who's going to kill who first. You know, something is going to happen at some point, and it could get violent. That's all I'm saying.
What year did this start in?
1950.
Right. Okay. I just wondered. I just saw the buildings you were putting down and realised.
Yeah. Well, we decided to start it when the Cold War began.
Right. Because this started as a Cold War thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but since there were quite a few dates available for when the Cold War began, we just decided to pick one, and around 1950.
Even though we're now England and France.
Yeah. The original plan was in England and France, but we thought the face-off at Folkestone and Calais was we just didn't want to miss out on that.
No one ever does.
So, sort of how are we going to judge progress? As Jack said earlier, it's going to be sort of done on population. So that means at the end of each session, so at the end of this, you'll see me go and add up all of my cities and towns. We have a figure from before I started, so my starting population, and then I'll find the percentage change from the end of this episode to the start. We'll see the week on week gain, or the round on round gain that we both experience. We can sort of see whose network is producing the most growth, and I think that'll be quite an interesting thing to see, because as I've said, we do have very different styles.
Yeah, definitely. We just have absolutely played it in different ways.
Yeah. So we are also meant to be playing the time simulation as soon as we get in, but I did forget to do that. I do end up remembering and pressing play. I think it's around here.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's definitely something to remember. Also, there are going to be punishments. We did like, if you break the rules, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. So for example, if you go over your 30 minutes, or if you do something that is a bit excessive, having like a train that is twice as long as a station or something.
Yes.
We get so far, punishments that we've hypothesized have been banning from the crossing. So we could ban road access, rail access from the crossing that will eventually, no doubt, come into this game.
Yeah.
Also, rolling stock or vehicles impounded for a game session, things like that. Things that could really sort of hurt your growth, or your at least for that episode. What else? We do have a fair few rules there, really.
Yeah. I think we'll probably end up adding more along the way as well.
Yeah, well, as I said, I've not seen this anywhere. It's probably not an original idea.
No.
But we're kind of just saying what we could do with it, and it's going to be very I know that there are some people who would want a multiplayer on Transport Fever 2, and other people that wouldn't.
Yeah.
But we're just going to see how this is going to work, and it is just a different. It's a nice twist on a game to make sure it doesn't get boring, because especially because I wouldn't say that we have the best computers in the world, so have that super high level of detail and attention to detail is not something that we can achieve without our computers wanting to set themselves on fire.
Yes, that is a significant issue.
Yeah, so we're only playing on a medium map. We both have 6 towns, and it'll be interesting to see if the game slows down much as we go through, but that's something we'll come across. And so I think that's about it for the rules. And now getting into what I'm actually doing in the video.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So I sort of was looking at, obviously I knew the map a bit better because I built it.
Yeah.
So you might spend a bit more time having a look around. But for me, I built the map, so I kind of knew. I'd been thinking about what I was kind of gonna do in my first 30 minutes. And so I'm just deciding to build a passenger line that goes from Lyon to Lille to Paris and then on to Toulouse. Since those are what I decided to name my very non-geographically factual towns.
Yes.
And right here I'm debating whether to continue the train on to Toulouse past Paris. And I was thinking I might as well. So I did. You'll notice that I'm only doing 240 meter platforms instead of 320. It's mainly because, well, firstly, I'm just getting things down because it's time consuming. I'm not focusing on having massive stations or anything, because designing the station, especially the modular system, it can take quite a while to go through deleting all those roofs and all the stairs and all the platforms and tracks, and trying to get it exactly how you want it. And yeah, I've got nothing now. That's something I can do at another time. So I'm just getting stuff down. I've gone with 240 meters because it is still I'm just starting. I don't need 320 meters, and it is something that I can go back and do. So that's the reasoning for that. So yeah, I did decide to go on to Toulouse.
I do tend to
yeah,
go with 320 because I don't know. I liked it to be future proofed. I always find it annoying when I finally like get a train I want on a route and it's like just too long for the shorter one.
Yeah, but like we said, it's just two styles, and for me, I was like, I will come back to that as and when I need to, but I know that I'm not going to be putting on a train here that's 240 meters long because I'm not going to have a passengers to support that. It would just be ridiculous. So, yeah.
Are you focusing on passenger lines here then?
In this, well, doing this line took up the whole time. In fact, so yeah, I just sort of thought I need to get a sort of passenger backbone down first. Because you want, like in real life, you want the passenger to be the focus of the track, and then freight to sort of fit around it because it's slower and longer. And so I'm just working on getting a passenger backbone down. The line that I create of all those cities could eventually change. I'm not set on that. So
can I ask, are you going to keep passenger and cargo lines separate?
well, I think that's just something that I think. Well, if I only have one cargo train from somewhere going to somewhere, I might just say you can use the passenger line if it fits and doesn't cause too much doesn't cause too much congestion. But if it's a major cargo line, then of course I'll 4-track it or however many tracks it needs. Yeah, just going through doing the signaling now. I like my trains to go on the right hand side, so they travel on the right hand side of the track. Purely because it's easier to do the signaling from a distance. Because you can just put your cursor kind of on the outside of the track and it snaps to that side. So that is just for an ease. Probably being a bit lazy, but I just find it easier. So that's how I do it.
You introduced it to me doing that, so I also do that.
Yeah. So that, if you're wondering why it's right hand travel, that's why, because I'm a bit lazy. But yeah, no, I really found that 30 minutes was quite restricting. I get this track done and over halfway at this point. But yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I'm interested to see. Also, back mentioning about the vehicles, we've said that vanilla vehicles, the vehicles that are already in the game, are free choice. Especially in 1950, you're not going to have a French locomotive. I think it's a Swiss locomotive I end up using. You don't have an English one. They might have a steam train, but I'm not going to force you to use a steam train. So,
do you know what? I didn't even consider that. I completely forgot about that.
So yeah, we're saying that the vanilla vehicles are sort of anyone's choice. And as for mods, we're going to say that per round, apart from this first one, we can add 2 mods in each. Of our own choice.
So as of right now, the game is vanilla in this video.
Yeah. Apart from the sandbox mod is on and the no cost mod is on, obviously.
Yeah. But those are built-in mods, aren't they?
Yeah. So right now, I'm doing something that I've sort of been doing in my last few saves I've done, and that is only using one train depot.
Oh yeah.
I just find it so much neater. I don't like having train depots peeling off every single track, you know, for every single line. I just I just kind of like the idea of having one depot, and then when you do have a train that, you know, like a big freight train or something that worms its way out and has to go on some strange route to get to a bit of track, I find that much
Yeah.
more interesting. So that's personally why I do a one depot. Also, may have noticed that I delete the roads when I'm building track, and that's because I feel like if you don't delete the roads, then the track changes to like the terrain of the roads, and
Yeah,
then
it
you get
definitely
these
gets
bumps.
weird. It definitely you get
Yeah,
some weird results.
you get some little bumps, and your train's like doing jumps as it's going across it. And so yeah, I just delete the roads to avoid that problem, because I don't mind as much if the roads are doing weird stuff.
Yeah, I'm bothered less about the roads than I am the rail.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just spending a bit of time making it look a bit depot-y.
Definitely a lot of track.
But yeah.
Do you ever like properly build that up? You know, some people will spend ages putting in like 12, 13 lines of track to make it look like a proper depot.
I think that's something that I'll consider, but right now, as I said,
Yeah, yeah,
I had a timer on my phone for 30 minutes, and I was watching it and thinking, I do not have much time left here. like I need to. I don't have time to design this to be anything interesting. I just need to start getting some trains rolling
yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah, just doing that first line. All the right stations, and then decided on the train. So
Let's see.
yeah, I'd kind of forgotten that we were in 1950. So
Yeah,
I looked a bit like, oh yeah, because when me and Jack usually play, we just go straight to 2000. I know that, you know, we miss a big part of the game by doing that, but I think we just generally prefer
yeah. We
the
prefer
modern
the
stuff.
modern trains.
So yeah, I choose that loco. I think it's a Swiss electric one, and then just choose 4 because I mean I'm not going to fill them. And also I end up with deciding to use 4 trains. It is definitely excessive. Like if you were playing with money, you would not do it like this at all.
No.
But we're not, so I have the liberty of having a few more trains. And as the rules stated, we can only play on 1 speed whilst the game is playing. But that I found out makes it very difficult to space out the trains evenly.
Yeah, I did think this was going to be an issue.
So I didn't do it. I didn't do it in this session. I thought I would discuss it with you.
Yeah, I
Can
was almost certain this was going to be an issue, but doing the spacing for the trains was going to become annoying.
yeah. So
Um,
can we sanction 3 speed to space trains?
yes, I think we should.
Yeah,
Because otherwise we're just going to get annoyed with it, and it's going to
yeah.
be a whole thing. So yeah, I would say yes.
So yeah, I think I was considering getting all the trains up to do it, and I was thinking about. I think right now I'm thinking, you know, how is it possible that I can space these out? But I thought, you know what, I'll leave it to a you know transnational discussion between our 2
Well,
states.
they do like naturally space out eventually, don't they? But
Yeah, but it's not the
no,
most
you
efficient
no
spacing.
no
So just to look at the trains that I
yeah,
chose there.
does look
Um,
interesting. You say it was Swiss there, but no.
the loco Swiss, yeah. Um,
It's an interesting look.
yeah. So I think I don't really know what more I could have done to as a start. Like as I said, I was worried that 30 minutes would be too long, but you know, it's taken me 30 minutes to build one passenger line that I am pretty certain I'm going to have to change in the future. So now I've decided that I need to put some local bus lines.
Yes.
The classic, quite tedious to do, but it has to be done.
I don't mind it.
So I just put one in here. Usually I would have a clockwise and an anti-clockwise, just sort of to space out some of the passengers, and the very French street names there, like North Street and the Avenue, classic French street names. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see the two styles. I think the first couple of rounds we're going to be very much focused on our own regions, but as I said, trade is good. We can only do so much in our own regions before we're going to start needing each other's resources.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think it is going to get very interesting to see how we work the border.
Yeah, it will be. I don't know. I was thinking about it because we talked about how the channel tunnel works in real life with just the two single track tunnels and then the tunnel in the middle, which is like the emergency tunnel.
Yeah.
I suggested we build that and have like a road tunnel be in between them, but then we would literally just have one track going each way. So if we had passengers and cargo and all that, it could be quite a contentious point.
I think it's something that we've always said that would be really, really great in the Transport Fever games is a scheduling system.
Yeah,
because
it would have to be like opt in though, wouldn't it? Like it'd have to be like a thing you'd choose to do.
Yeah, because that way we could schedule, if we have a Eurostar going between us, we could schedule in that Eurostar to have a clean run straight through.
Yeah,
obviously,
you could schedule like cargo trains to get out of the way, like to pull into like a siding or something.
Exactly.
Passing loops
and things like that. So
it would be so nice.
But we may have to 4-track the channel tunnel, which is a sin, and would be far too efficient for real life. But it will have to be discussed at a future summit.
I tell you what you could use. You know the TGVs, the like freight TGVs, the Lapos.
Oh yeah. There's a mod, isn't there, for freight TGVs?
It's it doesn't carry everything. It carries like 4 things. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So yeah, just doing the local bus route for Paris with more French names.
Yes.
Roads.
You should rename. Yeah. King Street in France.
Yeah, it's just a guillotine down there.
Yeah.
Lots of beheadings. Not the best place to go in the afternoon. But yeah, already coming towards the end of the 30 minutes. That is all I could end up building. I thought I could do. I didn't want to start a bus route in another city and not get through it, and then be wondering what I was doing next time I come on. So I thought I'd leave it at a fairly finished point. So I think we take a bit of a ride, or no, I'm thinking about how I can space them out right now, but then I realized that on one speed it would just take so long to get them all in the right place and then set them all off. So I think
this is why I like you saying earlier about having a single depot now. Why the advantage of having multiple is I always put it at like the end station of a line, so I find it easier to space them out that way, like quicker.
Yeah, I mean that is that's obviously the benefit, and you look at things from how can I make this game easy for myself, whereas I look at it a bit more like, would there really be 10 depots in a small region?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're just riding on board as I come up to the 30-minute mark. But yeah, that was a surprisingly hard 30 minutes. I know it looked like I got a fair bit done and looked like I did some, but it was a rush for someone who usually when I play Transport Fever, I'll build a line, I'll watch the line, I'll space it out,
Yeah.
you know, I'll take my time with it, you know, to just get
Yeah.
that down quickly, to do the bus routes quickly, you know. But yeah, we can already see people on board in the bottom left there. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and as I add in, obviously the first thing I'm going to do in the next episode is finish the bus routes, and then think about what I can do next. But I don't want to give too much away. I don't want Jack to get any ideas or plot anything.
No.
Not that he really can, because he can't build in that
No.
area. So,
Well, I
but,
can. Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a very interesting series. I think.
Yeah.
See
I like
how
it.
two Transport Fever players go up against each other. So yep, that's the 30 minutes. I pause it right there,
Nice.
and I just add up the cities to find out my total and see how it's increased. So I think we'll
Can I ask
yeah.
quickly? What did you name your line? Is that IC1?
Yeah, I wasn't sure on what to name it. I don't know what the French naming system is, so I quickly was just like, I'm just going to call it Intercity One, just quickly. And if I need to be corrected on that, that's fine.
I can't think off the top of my head what it would be.
No, I probably should have looked it up before, but
No.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't.
yeah.
So yeah, this is just the onboard of the route I built, but no. Do you have any ideas for what you'll kind of start with then?
I mean, I feel like mine will be pretty similar, but I did have a couple of ideas already for what lines I wanted to build and do. I noticed you've gone straight. You say you've gone straight for passengers
Yeah,
instead of
I
cargo.
yeah. I mean, they both have their benefits. I think there should be construction materials and food. I think have been left as the map was done. So those are
Yeah,
two industries you can get set up straight away. It's just all the other four. So was it forests, crude oil? I think I might have moved. Swapped iron and coal. So I have all the iron, you have all the coal. You've got all the forest, I've got all the oil.
yeah.
I've swapped some other things around. Not entirely sure, but yeah, like machines and fuel and so yeah, just some stuff has been moved.
Yeah, I will probably end up doing something pretty similar.
Yeah,
it's the early game though, isn't it? And what we're doing is the thing to do, I guess.
yeah, like it's just building a bit of a spine. And like I said, for me, the passenger rail should be what I would consider to be the more essential.
I think my problem is going to be I always get distracted. I'll start building a line and then I'll get to a station along it and I'm like, oh, there will be a spur off here and there'll be a line going over there and then I'll build that and I'll get halfway down that line and there'll be I'll spur off here and go do this, and I usually end up with like an hour's played and like 4 incomplete lines. So
yeah,
but
that's the thing.
I don't do that.
Yeah, if you don't complete the line, if you don't get the game plan, you're not going to have any gain in population. And I don't know if we're going to call it winning a round, but it'll be interesting to compare how we grow round on round. I'm sure we'll end up doing a graph after a couple of episodes where we can actually start to see some change. So yeah, that's the basic concept, and that is the end. That is the end of my first session and the first half of the first round. So yeah, send the save over to you, Jack, and the ball is in your court for this next episode.
Okay. All
right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for Jack's episode.